So you're planning to launch a product, a minimum viable product. Excellent. Here are 5 things that you need to know. Oh, and stick around to the end for your free Lean Startup cheat sheet. My name is Gary Strachan, this is Development That Pays, and just over a month ago, our adventure into Lean, that's Lean as in the Lean Startup, reached an interesting stage. I launched a product, a minimum viable product. The course of some kind crystallized into Scrum vs Kanban, the mini course. Here are 5 things that I learned along the way. Number 1, launch before you're ready. Are you the kind of person that hears done is better than perfect or shipping beats perfection and thinks, really? Are you sure? If so, you're among friends. Hello, my name is Gary. I'm a perfectionist. October was hell for me. My task was to take existing material and repurpose it into a mini course. That doesn't sound like a recipe for torment, but the more I worked on the course, the less I liked it. I wanted to rip it up and start again. If this sounds at all like you, then take a note from Reid Hoffman, founder of LinkedIn. If you're not embarrassed by the first version of your product, you've launched too late. So pick a date and launch before you're ready. Bonus tip, set things up so that the date can't be moved. I wrapped the launch of my product into an episode of Development That Pays. From that point on, I was committed. Number 2, there are more moving parts than you think. Your focus will be on the product, that's only natural. But a product won't launch itself. You're going to need some plumbing. I had my 3 videos. I also had an email service capable of sending time-delayed emails. 3 videos, 3 emails, simple. But it's probably not a good idea to send people directly to each video, so I'm going to need a page for each of them. Oh, and I'm going to need a form so that people can sign up, and the form is going to need a page to live on, and I think you get the message. Number 3, launch to a limited audience. Yes, it's important to launch before you're ready, but you don't have to be a damn fool about it. Not everyone has to see your warts and all version, so launch, but make it a soft launch. Wikipedia defines a soft launch as a preview release of a product or service to a limited audience prior to the general public. In the case of the Scrum vs Kanban mini course, I hid the announcement in a regular Development That Pays episode. Only the brave souls that made it all the way to the 4.5-minute mark got to see the link. Number 4, be ready to make running repairs. Launch day has rolled around. You push the big green button and breathe a sigh of relief. But don't relax too much. To paraphrase a movie quote, anytime you launch a product, there are 50 ways you can mess up. If you can think of 25 of them, you're a genius, and you ain't no genius. You may well be a genius. I am not. A genius would not have put out a video with 2 audio tracks. And a genius would not have forgotten to tell people that there would be a gap of a day between each of the lessons. The message here is expect things to go wrong and be ready to make running repairs. And finally, number 5, remember that it's an experiment. It bears repeating, remember that it's an experiment. This one cuts 2 ways. It's a reminder not to over-egg the pudding. This is a minimum viable product, not a final perfect product. It's also a reminder to measure. Your minimum viable product is part of the build, measure, learn loop. And if you don't measure, you won't learn. We'll get to the cheat sheet in just a moment, but first a reminder of the 5 points. Number 1, launch before you're ready. Number 2, there are more moving parts than you probably think. Number 3, launch, but launch to a limited audience. Number 4, be ready to make any necessary running repairs. And number 5, remember that it's an experiment. If you are interested in the Lean Startup, then I have a rather lovely cheat sheet for you. It's called the Lean Startup Cheat Sheet, and getting your hands on it is simplicity itself. On or around this video, you'll find a link. Click the link, follow the instructions, and it's all yours. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this episode, please click to like, share it with your friends, and click the logo right here for a new episode each and every Wednesday. I look forward to talking to you next week. Cheers for now.